Okay.
Now we are.
Okay. So we're live at the Home Forward corporate office on the 6th floor with Deputy Executive Director Michael Bonacourt and Public Affairs Manager Shelley Marchese. And we are here with mainstream media reporter Angela Blessing. Angela, the first of mainstream media's reporters, always does an exceptional job profiling businesses and organizations here. And Angela, you had questions for both Michael and maybe Shelley as we get going here.
My first question, Michael, is what inspired you to be working for Home Forward?
Well, one of the things that I love about Home Forward is that Home Forward does a really nice job of providing housing for folks, but also works really hard to provide a lot of support for people who have different kinds of needs. So we don't usually do that ourselves, but we often partner with other nonprofits who help, kids with homework and people with developmental disabilities and seniors stay stable in their housing. So I think the mission of affordable housing is important, and I think Home Forward recognizes that housing and supports for people are really important to go together.
Before you worked here, did you have to live in a small apartment, and did you have to work your way up, and what was it like when you were a kid?
I did. When I left home, I joined the Army, got married, and I had 2 kids. When I got out of the Army, we came back home and didn't have a place to live and didn't have jobs, and so we did live in a very small apartment. We probably could have used Section 8 assistance, and we were just fortunate to be able to find work and slowly kind of get on our feet. But I've definitely been in a place where I understand what it's like to need some help, and for example, to have 2 young kids and worry about how you're going to try to feed them and stay in a house.
My other question is, do you like to watch movies?
I do like to watch movies.
Because I noticed that in your office here, you enjoy the show, ticket picture, and you have all these little film things, and what made you to be inspired to do that in here?
Well, I do like movies, and I've also done a very little bit of acting, and it's something that I enjoy for fun, but I haven't done that in quite a while.
My other question is, can you picture yourself still working here in the next 12 years?
Yes, I can. Like I said before, I really love working here. I think the people who work here really care about what they do, and it's a job that I love. I'm really lucky that way.
Another question is, if someone is having a hard time in their apartment and they really want to still keep their place, but it's just too difficult, what would you say to that person?
What I would say to that person is, sometimes it's hard to find help when you need it, but we are pretty lucky to live in a community where there are things available to help folks when they're struggling, and so there are people and organizations that might be able to help. We have a great resource in the community called 211. A person can dial the numbers 211 on their phone and explain what their situation is, and the folks on the other end of the line will help them try to get connected to a place that can help depending on what's going on.
And my last question, it's going to be a really hard one for you.
Okay.
About how many apartments here in Oregon do you have on Section 8?
Well, we have almost 8,000 Section 8 vouchers in the community, and sometimes those come in different forms. We have some special vouchers, like some that help veterans specifically. So it's a little bit of a variety, but it's about 8,000. It's a lot of folks that we help through Section 8.
And that's a good thing.
It is.
And I do appreciate you taking the time to answer all my questions.
happy to do it.
Well,
Yeah.
and maybe two other questions that I think might be good. One for Michael, and then I think the public affairs director has been very quiet today. I think she needs to make her mainstream media debut. So I think we should ask Shelley at least one question. But I think maybe a good way to introduce the agency here and exactly what they do is, they've gone through a recent name change. So a lot of people might not even know what Home Forward is if they.
I was going to ask Shelley that one.
You want to ask Shelley that? That's a good question for
That's a great
Shelley.
Shelley question.
That is a great Shelley question. So let's turn to Shelley. Would you like to sit in this chair, Andrew?
Oh,